Batman Superman issue 14, Joshua Williamson writing with the Max Rayner on the art, wrapping up this Brainiacs infected their security system. The issue opens with like a flashback to when Batman's suggesting they create this predictive system. And Superman points out that every time this has happened, that it's ended up going bad and tries to fight them. And Batman's like, no, it'll be different this time for this reason. So it all has this air of like kind of like meta comedy to it that this has happened again.
Yeah, it doesn't make the arc that much more enjoyable though. It feels like a little bit too late of this awareness.
I appreciated it on its own as a scene, rather than necessarily elevating anything that was happening. The actual action of the scene is fine. Like I hate to not like have another book to like praise and be super positive on. I don't have like super negative thoughts on this either. You've got the composite, the Batman Superman robot that's on Earth on Metropolis. Superman flies down to try and take that on. I did get a little giggle out of the little girl yelling "Superman kick his ass" as she's been carted off by her parents. And meanwhile, Batwoman's fighting a bunch of robots while stealing Batman or hacking in and trying to go into the VR version of Gotham that this computer uses to run things. And Batman and Superman basically both ask it questions on either side. One on Earth, one on the moon, and essentially distract it just long enough for Steel to do his hacking.
Download its consciousness away from the body that it is on Earth into the Joker head somehow. I don't really know. Yeah,
the Joker robot head. Yeah, it was all a bit much in terms of like trying to follow exactly what the plan was. It made Batwoman look strong, because they looked over and there's just a pile of robots, and she's
on of bodies.
I kind of like the joke of that, of like, cause she's sort of like, it's like, oh, you two are going to play video games, but I have to do all the fighting figures. And then like, we just don't see her again, and then when we see her again at the end, she's on a mountain of like robot bodies that she's taken out herself. Like, it's a fun little like, hey, she's a badass. And
yeah, I kind of wish that every so often she was in the background of one of the panels with like Steel and Batman talking. Just in the background, she was off fighting a robot, but it was always just smoke, dirt.
Yeah. Superman has to come back and save them because the entire moon base is starting to break apart. It's like, well, we're either going to die of exposure or whatever. Like we're doomed. And Superman comes.
So we're going to suffocate or freeze.
I do
be crushed by the maze.
I do like that they put the data onto an old computer, like an old like 80s looking computer. I almost feel like there's potential here to do like a war game style thing with this computer later.
The only problem I have is that seemingly is how it starts, because it's on a little screen and it's with the green text, activate Y/N. I'm like, well, it got off one of these in the first place.
This one's not connected to anything though. I think what Batman points out, it's
okay, fair enough.
This is not connected to the internet, so they can get away with it. And there's a bit, there's a joke at the end where Batman's like, okay, well now we can start like fixing the Batcave. We just have to clear this debris, the plane wreckage. And he still like, sorry, got to tell my niece to crash her spaceship. Superman's like, oh, I hear something in Metropolis. And then Batman's just like, nope. Like they all two have excuses. She's just like, no, not happening. They give me a minor chuckle. I mean, it's a solid 6 out of 10. It's fine.
That's pretty much where I'm gonna land as well. I like the acknowledgement that they didn't just happen to, it wasn't just Steel and Batman randomly intercepting the signals. I know they sent it to them in particular because they thought they would be reasonably good successors to their roles, essentially.
Yes.
I thought that was a nice acknowledgement.
Yes, we're getting Solomon Grundy next time, apparently. So hopefully that'll be fun. I've been liking this book. This was maybe more of a down arc than a big arc, but they tend to only be 3 issues long, give or take. So
yeah, this book, like the first arc with the Secret Six stuff was, whatever.
I'm not counting that. Yeah, we've talked about that before.
Since it's became what the book actually is, where it's just these small little random stories, they've all been really fun. This is the first one where I felt disappointed by it. Like, not that it's bad, but disappointed just in what this book has set up as its expectations as to what its base level is of these stories. This was definitely my least favorite by quite a distance. So I'm hoping we're back up on the next one.
Yeah, it's just another typical superhero story with tropes that doesn't amount to much. It's not going to be remembered, and that's okay. It's fine. Whatever. We can move on. So yeah, that's basically it. Obviously, that's a very quick discussion on it, but there's not really a whole lot to say. I don't have a whole lot to go into. So that is Batman Superman.